Are we live? What is going on? What is going on? Are we live? Are we live? We are live. I can't ever just start like I want to. Something's always going on, but we are here. I am here. We are live. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What is going on? It's your girl, Jay. It is Tuesday evening again, and we are live. Welcome to my channel. Today, again, we're starting early. I have to kind of work around the games that I want to see and my work schedule. So I appreciate the people that can show up early and can be here. And those of you that always go back and watch my video after I've been live, I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the engagement on that side too. So this is going to be a fairly another kind of short one. I have to work early tomorrow. So as soon as I can get off and watch this game, I got to go to bed. So we are going to recap some stuff that happened this week in the W. As always, I got my fit check and I got my rookie of the weeks, or my rookie watches, not rookie of the week, but I do give a rookie of the week. I'm going to talk about a few of the WNBA awards that were given out this week, and then we'll wrap it up. So let me see real quick here. I see I just got the notification for me being live, so maybe everybody else is getting it as well. Hold on. Okay. So who is here? We got Tim Allen. Hey Tim. I don't think I've seen you in here before, but thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Can't wait. Thanks for doing this. I do this every Tuesday if I can. If not, I pick another day, but I appreciate you being here. Groovy as always is always here. What's up, Jay and everyone? Hold on, y'all. I gotta get this link sent. And then we're going to get into it. I don't want to waste a bunch of time today. It's a big game today. We got Chicago versus New York is the one that I'm going to be watching, but I think we have about 3 games going on tonight, as well as 3 or 4 games, as well as this Commissioner's Cup right now. So not only is it the regular games, it's also the Commissioner's Cup in-season tournament that's going on. So the teams have a lot to fight for. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the big story of the week that everyone has been talking about, and that is the CCs, the CCs, Kennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark. I'm not really going to get too much into the whole situation, but it was something that I noticed that I just wanted to talk about and kind of get off my chest and stuff like that. If you guys were with me Saturday when Sess and I, shout out to Sess Talk Sports, I know she's live right now. If you were live with us, we live streamed during the game, so you get all our natural reactions and feelings and comments right when it happened and stuff. So you probably, if you watch that, you kind of know how we felt about it. And to be honest, after it's been a few days, I pretty much kind of feel the same about it. But here's what I say. Here's what I'll say about it. I don't think Kennedy should have done that. I know it was emotions going on and it was heated, and not even heated, just emotions going on, like different things going on throughout the game. It's an intense game. You got a sold out crowd. You got ESPN there. You got all the commentators saying different things. It's Commissioner's Cup. It's the whole rivalry of Angel versus Caitlin, and then you got Aaliyah versus Kamilla, who were teammates. So it was a lot happening during that game, and just a lot building up to that game. So, it is what it is, right? So I don't think Kennedy should have bumped her that way. Not caught off guard and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a foul, as it should have been. And then I think that's it. I don't think I don't think it's assault. I don't think she tried to take her head off. I don't think she tried to hurt her. I don't think she needs 24-hour security now because of it. I feel like the people are going to be outraged by it because of who it is, not necessarily of what happened. As many people have said, this is a very physical game. It's been physical. If you are on social media at all, you would see the clips that they've shown from 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago of how physical it can be in the W. And if you're an athlete, it's just going to be physical anyway. These ladies break their toes, break their feet, arms are broken, noses are broken, they get scratched, they get elbowed, it's a lot of stuff that happens. And it's not necessarily intentional. It's just what happens when you're playing. You just have to be prepared that it's going to be physical. And I think a lot of people who don't watch the game and just don't realize how physical that women can actually be were caught off guard. And then it happened to, their person that they support, which, makes it, I guess, feel targeted or feel like a lot worse than it is. I mean, I've kind of been going back and forth with people about the severity of that bump when, again, Angel brought that up in the press conference that she got that same exact bump, and people will tell you that they'll say that that's not true because they always find a way to refute what you're saying when you have proof right there, but they'll say that's not true. But she got the same bump from JJ and she fell on the ground. She got up and laughed it off and kept moving. There's a difference. The only difference is that Angel got up and laughed. I mean, Cece got up and looked at the ref and then she kept playing. So it wasn't that big of a deal to me, but also I'm not a big fan like that of Cece. So it is what it is, but I am a huge fan. I am a huge fan of Angel, and I didn't feel no way about I didn't feel any way about JJ doing that because I know it's physical. Prior, you know what I'm saying, especially when Angel got choke slammed or like they like to say, the new term is choked and yoked up by Alyssa Thomas, that you see that happen. And I mean, nothing that I've seen has been that severe since that. So a bump is going to happen. Some elbows maybe are going to happen. Pushes are maybe going to happen when things are intense. I don't think it's as big as people are trying to make it seem. That's all I'm saying. But my point bringing this up is, hold on one second. We got some chats. I'm going to get to my point, but I don't want to miss any of y'all. Moses is in the house. Moses says, "What's up, Jay in chat? Summer is here. I'm here." High Vibration says, "What up, Jay Spot?" We have Rosby, who's new. Jealousy is toxic. Just play basketball. Be grateful to Caitlin. W has grown audience. It's not her fault being this popular. She's good. These players might go back to commercial flights. Watch. I don't agree with that. I'm not sure who you think is jealous. The W has grown its audience. I don't think they need to be grateful to Caitlin because the audience has grown from not just her. She does bring a bunch of eyes, but those eyes are not watching other games. They're watching Caitlin. So I don't know how grateful they need to be. There have been players in the W that have been working toward this for a very long time. And although we are grateful that the eyes are here, the audience has come from the bubbling up of college sports, which also included people like Angelreese. I know people like to forget her as well. But and then they're not the only two. It's just a combination of a lot of different things that have assisted in that. There is a large group of people that are watching CC, but they're watching CC. They're not watching other people. So I don't really include those eyeballs into that. But if they go back to commercial flights, oh well, we're here to watch basketball. That's all I care about. Lily's life is in the house. Hey, Lily says, hey everyone. Happy Tuesday. High Vibration says, well, one good thing about this is that the other players are getting their names out there. Dejanay and Kennedy have never gotten this much press. Facts. Eagles Brothers. Hey, listening from work. Thank you. I appreciate you. Summer says choked and yoked up is iconic. Rosby still saying it was intentionally done. So obviously done. No excuse. I don't think. Okay. It's still a bump to me. It's still a bump. She was not hurt. They played the game. She won. Celebrate that. Dante says Kaiser and Angel definitely won best dressed tonight. Tonight, or are you talking about for last week? Because I'm going to bring up my fit of the week, my fit check, and we're going to see. I saw Angel's tonight. I think she had on a white shirt and some dark pants. I can't remember what Kaiser had on. High Vibration says CC did not get the WNBA charter flights. We were in the same position as last year as far as the charter flights. They are not getting them every single game. Russell is in the house. Russell says hello. And High Vibration says Caitlin needs to toughen up and stop whining to the refs all the time. 12 Kyle is in the house. What is up, 12 Kyle? 12 Kyle says, what up, JSPN? I see you're in the pulpit tonight. A little bit. This is not even what I want to talk about. I'm going to get to my point. Moses says the View of all shows had the CC bump as a hot topic yesterday, and I knew they would. I knew that a lot of networks would pick this up. I think I said that on Saturday that it was going to be national news because of who it is, and that's kind of what I wanted to get at with my point is that we didn't hear this. Like the outrage that we're getting right now about how physical it is, the press conference on Saturday, the press conference on Monday, all the news coverage, all the commentators, all the sports shows, all the podcasts, all the posts, all the articles. There's a lot of outrage about this situation that happened, but you would think that she got choked and yoked up. Instead of just bumped intentionally or not intentionally. Intentionally, yeah. Kennedy said, yes, I was heated. I bumped her. No one's saying that she didn't intentionally bump her. It is what it is. But she got bumped to the ground as many do, right? She got the foul, whatever. But you would have thought that it was way more than just a bump. When 8 days ago, I guess now 9 days ago, Angel was in the air, grabbed by the neck and pulled down to where she fell on her back and her head. And we just did not get that same response. We just didn't get it. And I went back because I wanted to see like, well, maybe I just didn't see it, right? We all know that Angel got fined $1,000 for not showing up to the press conference on Saturday after the game. Chicago got fined $5,000 for not making sure she was available. They had Kennedy and Kamilla, not really sure. Well, I know why they wanted Angel there, but I mean, it wasn't 100% necessary to have her there. But if you are requested as a player, you have to show up or you will get fined. That's the way the rules work. So she didn't show. Now, later on in this press conference they just had yesterday, she says, look, communications got crossed up. I had family there. I went to go be with my family. I wasn't thinking about a press conference. And she said that she would make sure that she won't miss any more press conferences. And she would do her best to be at the next one, or she will be at the next one, right? So I go back and I look at the Connecticut press conference right after the game, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm sure they hounded AT about what she did to Angel. I'm sure they did that. And first of all, AT wasn't at the press conference. It was Dejanay and it was Brianna Jones. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'm sure that she got fined because they definitely requested for her to be there and she wasn't there. So then I go Google AT fine or Alissa Thomas fine, or fined if she got fined. And then I only find stuff saying how fine she is. So I didn't see anything about her being fined. So I guess they didn't request her to be there. So I found that quite strange for that incident to happen. And not even the reporters that night cared that much to have her there. Then they asked the players one question. I think it was the first or second question about the incident. And they both looked at each other and was like, you know, they didn't really say anything. They kind of just skirted past it and just says, you know, we just have to work through it. You know, it's a physical game. Things happen. You know, we didn't see it. We didn't know what actually happened. We didn't witness it. But you know, it gets physical, blah, 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 blah. And then that was it. And then the reporters asked about the game the rest of the time. So I'm like, well, surely when the coach comes up, she's going to be asked these questions. She was asked one question and it was very vague. It was about being physical. And then the rest of the questions were, how did you guys pull out the win without having your best player on the floor? How were you guys able to regroup with having your best player off the floor? Nothing about, do we need to look at the physicality of the game? Nothing about, was this intentional? Nothing about it being a cheap shot. Nothing about, is she being targeted? Nothing about how dangerous that was. Nothing about any of that. And I'm not saying this to come at AT, like what happened. She got her punishment of a flagrant 2. She got ejected. I'm not trying to rehash us going back at AT, but I want y'all to see the difference between the coverage of what happened to Angel and the coverage of what's happening now. What the coverage of what happened when someone got choked and yoked up and thrown to the floor versus someone who got bumped and fell to the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 3 days past the incident and people are still talking about it and dissecting it and spending a bunch of time on it when the whole thing with Angel was over like the next day. And the only people that kept talking about it and the only people that were outraged by it were the fans. They were all in the comments, of course. They were all over Twitter, all over YouTube, all over everywhere saying like, she needs to be suspended. This needs to happen, whatever. I found some articles, but when I read those articles, they were very, very vague. It was AT did this dangerous thing to Angel. They play again this next day. Sun end up winning game by whatever, even though AT was out. Alissa Thomas ejected after hard foul or after dangerous foul. And it's like 3 sentences. And then the next paragraph is, oh, the Chicago Sky really gave them a good battle. They were up by this, or they were within whatever. They just started talking about the game. And it was like, okay, if we're going to have outrage, if we're going to be mad at a foul, right? If we're going to talk about things being physical, we got to address the things that are physical. And if you're going to be upset about, yes, an intentional foul on CeCe, you have to also be upset. And it has to be on CNN. It has to be on, it's not going to be on Fox News, but it has to be on CNN. It has to be on The View. It has to be talked about on SportsCenter. It has to be talked about on MSNBC. It has to be talked about on every sports show. And it has to be talked about on every single article in detail, in depth. And we have to dissect it down. And then we have to ask AT how she feels about it. And if she's sorry and if she plans on changing how she plays. None of that stuff happened. So what are we talking about? We are spending a bunch of time villainizing Kennedy Carter for a foul that she committed. And nobody said anything to JJ for doing that to Angel, which wasn't a big deal. And to be honest, when even if we say, okay, well, CeCe elbowed her and hip checked her before that play, I say, okay, it's part of the game. She hip checked her before the game, threw an elbow, maybe inadvertently, whatever. But that's what happened. And then they started going back and forth, and then they go to the end of the court, and Kennedy is fed up, and she bumps her. I didn't think that was a huge deal what Cece did, as far as should it be called a foul or should she get thrown out. I just chopped it up to intense, physical basketball going on, that they're getting into it. Same thing with Kennedy. She got the foul call, and I just thought that was that was the end of it. But we've made it so big, but then we don't look at stuff where what AT did to Angel as dangerous. I've heard people say, well, Angel hit her in the face. Okay, so Angel hits AT in the face. She deserves to get choked and yoked up. Cece hip checking and throwing an elbow is okay though. Like we gotta have some equality in here on how we're going to decipher what's good and what's bad and what's okay and what's not. That's all I'm saying. So I was very, very disheartened by the fact that it was such a lack of coverage. And some of these media people that I follow, I'm starting to question them, because y'all were in this press conference and y'all sure tweet a lot about, Angel and how, she deserves this and she deserves that. And when you had the opportunity to hold some people's feet to the fire as it pertains to her treatment that she got that night, people were silent. Y'all were talking about basketball plays and what and how it feels to be, 6-0 or whatever their score was or their record was. And that right there was a little disheartening to me. I was kind of upset by that. I didn't really appreciate that. And Angel said it all in the press conference. If you guys go to my community page, I posted the press conference. If you guys Google, you can find the Sun press conference as well and watch that. I was going to make like a little video montage, but I didn't feel like putting that much energy into it, to be honest, just to see the different, the contrast between media coverage as far as the press conference there and then the press conference that just happened yesterday and Saturday. So all I'm going to say is we just got to be fair across the board. I'm not taking up for Kennedy. Kenny don't need me to take up for her. She's fine. I felt like it was just basketball, whether sometimes it gets out of hand or not, things happen. She didn't get hurt the same way Angel didn't get hurt when JJ bumped her. But it was a foul, and that's where it is. It's just a lot of outrage, I feel, that is misplaced. But I get it. I understand why they are outraged. I just wish the media wasn't also a part of that, because they're pushing forward something that we see as people of color, that we just don't get that same sympathy. We don't get that same treatment. And as much as people don't want to make it about color and about race, I mean, it's in your face. It's right there in your face. There's no difference. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We'll get into the comments, and then we're going to go and recap these games. High Vibration says, man, if AT did that to CC instead of Angel, they would have been asking her to get kicked out of the league. Oh, she would be out of the league. She would not be in the league. I guarantee you that. SC Brett said, are the refs going to call tighter games and take control earlier? I mean, they didn't when Angel got choked and yoked up. So, I mean, what's different? Nothing worse has happened, but I guess, I don't know. IO says, what up, folks? Eagle Brothers says, I had to protect Carter on a Seattle Storm fan page I'm part of. It's one thing to be a CC fan, and saying it was a cheap shot is another thing. To okay, people wanting to inflict violence on her, not okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody was trying to inflict, like she wasn't trying to hurt her. IO says Chicago Tribune ain't have much mouth for how AT laid Reese out, but got so much of it for the Carter CC. Very unserious. Facts. I was upset about that too. Like, your own people? Like, you can't even, if you can't go to Bella Noche, where can we go? Because what is that about? Like, how is it that your own city can't have your back? You're so concerned with getting readers and getting views and getting clicks that you don't even look at what's fair and what's not. That's the crazy thing. If your own newspaper can't support your team, then I don't know. High Vibration says the media is definitely causing division among the ladies, even the Fever, because they are creating a double standard. Yep. SC Bread says to High Vibrations, good thing it didn't come to that. Who knows what would have happened? I know what would have happened. She would have not been in the league. Like they would have been calling for her job. And if they did not do that, hold on. This is on TMZ. Let me turn this. TMZ sure does do a lot of TMZ sports nowadays that I see on TV. When they did have a sports division, but they weren't talking this much about sports prior to this whole situation. I don't want to get myself upset. Let me go back to it. Yeah, I think if AT hadn't gotten kicked out of the league or something, they would have been calling for the commissioner to lose her job. I'll say all of this is just so damn draining and exhausting. The majority of the so-called fans in an uproar aren't purely here for women's basketball. They're on a whole other type of time. Yeah, same. IO says not Bella Noches. Well, I'm just saying it's upsetting to me and my homegirls. Like treat us the same. Like, come on. Treat us, just make it. I understand that some refs, not all refs are going to call the games the same. We know that. Like certain things they see, other refs don't see. Some refs are really tight on the whistle. Other refs let them play it out. So it's not going to be like 100% straight down the line. But something as big as this, where there's so much, I don't even know. It's so much outrage, and I just don't get it because the foul wasn't that bad. It was a bump. I just don't I don't get it. And now we got to start having a conversation about if we're going to be watching the game tighter and making sure we're not playing as physical. Like what, these are athletes. They're going to play physical. And no one cared about how physical it was prior to this situation happening. So that's what makes it unserious for me. Y'all weren't concerned about this earlier this year. Y'all weren't concerned about this years prior. You're only concerned about it that you don't want something to happen to Cece. And the fact of the matter is she's playing basketball. I'm sure in the off season she's going to get her weight up. She's going to be stronger, faster, and better. And she may be able to handle these bumps because, not everybody can. If they bump me, I'm flying across the court. That's just what it is. I can try to hold my own. It depends on who hits me. If JJ or Cardoso bumps me, I'm flying. Maybe I might be able to hold my own against someone a little smaller. But I got to get my weight up. I got to get my, I got to become strong. So if I am bumped, it's not going to make that big a deal. But also let's not act like when you're bumped, you don't fall to the floor anyway, just so you can get the foul call. That's smart basketball. That's what everybody does. Sometimes they super flop where they're just sprawled out on the ground for no reason, or they're like sliding across the ground like they're going for a home run. And then sometimes they just fall and they make it loud so the ref can hear, because you want the ref to say, hey, this person bumped me. I need you to call a foul on them. So yeah, I'll fall to the ground. Angel did the same thing. Angel was running in front of JJ because she knew she was going to do something. She didn't know what she was going to do. She knew she'd do something. And when JJ pushed her, she went falling to the ground. That's what you do when you play basketball. If you watch enough basketball, that's what you try to do to sell that foul. And she got the foul call. That's why she got up laughing. Cece got the foul call. I don't know. High Vibration says to IO, I totally agree. People that never watched women's basketball before have so many opinions. That's why I loved how Monica checked Stephen A. Oh yeah, that was so good. That was so good. She left him stuck. He was like, when you want to say something, but you can't figure out the words that you want to say, and your mind is going blank because you're actually not listening to understand. You're listening to respond. Like you already got that response going in your head, but then they drop something on you, like what Monica said, and now you stuck because you don't know what to say after that. But wow, she had that man stuck. Now, I have a friend who says he's been watching First Take for 5 years, and it ain't never been a time where they talked about the W as much as they're talking about it right now. So she actually was right. He was just upset that she kind of embarrassed him in front of everybody. Summer's laughing at IO. Is it IO or AO? Because you told me before, or is it Key? Like, what do you want me to call you? Because if then I go to Sess's and Sess says AIO, so now I got confused. Tell me what you want me to call you, because I don't want to call you the wrong name, please. I feel like I call you something different every single time. High Vibration says, TMZ, are you effing serious? Yeah, I turned away from it because I didn't want to see it, but they're talking about the press conference. Last time they talked about Angel on TMZ. I'm trying to think what was the situation. Oh, about that tweet that she tweeted out about and that's on our charter flight, and something else about them being in a sold out arena. It's not about one person or something like that. And they were trying to make it be some mess. And then a camera guy of all people was like, Harvey, don't do that. Like, you're trying to create mess. It is not mess. Like, both of them have said, it's not a big deal. They don't hate each other. They don't really care about each other off the court. When they're on the court, it's competition, and that's it. Don't do that. Don't try to make stuff up. He was like, no. I think she was talking about Caitlin. He was like, no, she was talking about Charles Barkley. Don't do that. So it took a cameraman to come in and say to Harvey, calm that down. I'm just happy they left that in and showed it because it ended up being not an okay story, but it was just like it ended up they squashed the rumor of them having this perpetual beef or whatever. But yeah, I don't TMZ Sports. I'm tired of seeing it. Doc says, I'm on the road, Jay, but I'm still riding with you. Thank you, Doc. Thank you. High Vibration, or IO says, High Vibrations, yep, you got them when they hit you with the wow. Monica set him straight and his feelings were hurt. Right. Summer says, the Sky can't even trust their own Sky beat reporters at that too. They're retweeting nasty stories. Yeah. Annie, I thought you were one of the good ones. Annie's not one of the good ones. Ashy is in the house. What up, Ashy? IO says the Summer. Likewise, girl, love her commentary. Oh, are you talking about me? Doc says nothing would say when Reese was clipped twice by Thompson. Yeah, nothing was said. Yeah, nothing was said. And I cannot find a clip. If I'm wrong, if someone can show me a clip of CNN or Sports Center talking about it in depth, or it being on The View, or it being on MSNBC, or it being on any of the talking heads things where they were coming to her rescue and tweeting about it and calling for people's jobs, can someone please point that out to me? I didn't see any of that. Summer says, I just had people telling me I was lying about CC getting more upward than Angel AT situation, just deaf and blind. They just don't want to admit, or even, like, you can be a fan. You can be a fan of your person. Like, y'all know how much I love me some Asia Wilson and Angel Reese. I love them, but they are not, for me, they are not above if there's something to be criticized, as far as if they've done something wrong, or if they are in the wrong. I'm standing 10 toes down, but that's also in support of them to say, yeah, they did wrong, but they're working on this or whatever. I'm not going to go in there blind and say that something happened that didn't happen, or that something didn't happen that did happen. Like, we gotta be real in this situation as well. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to be. High Vibration says these women are not about to let Cece come in here and do them like she did HBL. That's not happening. Wow, not you throwing strays. HBL just caught a stray. I don't know if y'all saw it. HBL been in the gym. She working on her handles. She's trying to get things right. She said that's not going to happen to her again. But you're right. They're not going to let that happen. So, I mean, honestly, a media plays a big part of what's going on as well. So they can try to put it on the players and say it's jealousy or whatever, but it's the media, it's the fanatics, it's all of that rolled into one that is causing a lot of this stuff to to happen. If they just shut up and let the girl play and come in the league and do what she needed to do and not have ESPN behind her or the cameras all following her everywhere and always looking at every quote and everything she does and every touch and every whatever, we could have some really good basketball, good competitive basketball, and she might be doing better than she's doing right now. I mean, I don't know. But it's definitely it's definitely sucking the fun out of basketball. Moses says CC goes overboard with her flopping. Eagle says this season barely started. My mental health is already affected. I thought the new fans would embrace basketball with those that have been here before. Instead, the new fans interweave cultural war BS. Yeah. And they've hit me. I don't know. Just we're going to get some trolls coming in and out of here, probably, just to let you know going forward. That's why I found out how to get some moderators. So whoever wants to help moderate my chat while I'm live, during my lives, let me know and I'll see how to add you. But I am on apparently some list that's floating around the internet with my picture up saying how much I hate CC fans because they're white, which I never said that. Obviously, they don't watch me. They don't really listen to me. But they're always going to go to the race card. They're always going to say that when you don't agree with them or you have opposing views than them. And especially if you are a person who uplifts Angel Reese, they're gonna say that. So if y'all see that floating around, it is. But just know that it's possible we might get more trolls coming in and stuff like that. So if I see them, they will get immediately blocked. But just in case I miss it, I would like to have some moderators at one point to help me get through that. Hayo says to Summer, yep, they don't want to understand. You don't want to see it for what it is. Hayo says you can give me the most common sense feel. You can give the most common sense feel comment possible, and they'll still hit you with a severely thought deficient response because they are committed to misunderstanding facts. The commitment to being seriously honest equals the acceptance of the deterioration of their fairy tale narrative. And they're not willing to do that. Facts. I promise y'all I can speak. Moses says, Jay, Stephen A. being speechless was funny. He was shook. RC says, Jay, now you know you're the best. Appreciate you. Thank you, RC. It's good to see you. Just Carter is in the house. Kyra, what's up? Yerp. What up, y'all? IL says, I feel like Key as in Key is probably easier. And trust, I don't plan on switching up my name on here 1,000 times like somebody else in here. Okay, Key. Okay, Key, we got you. I'm probably still going to call you IO sometimes, but I got you. High Vibration says, I noticed how Cece has isolated herself from her teammates. There's not any chemistry, not much chemistry, I guess, on that team with the lady. Seems like a lot of tension. It could be tension. It could be she may be an introvert. Like, I don't really know a lot about her. I know for me, it takes me a while to get used to a new group of people. I will kind of stay to myself. I might end up being friends with like one or two people, just easing into it. And once I get to know people, I can open up a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot on her shoulders. She is the face of the W, if you know, like everyone says, and she does have a lot of pressure on her. And whether she is on the internet or not, I'm sure her team, and I'm sure she feels it. She knows all eyes are on her. So it probably is a lot of pressure on her to deal with. And then you're trying to not be that person with your teammates. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably going to take a little bit, but I mean, I'm chopping that up to maybe she's an introvert like me. And I mean, I don't know. They do need to work on their chemistry and hopefully they can get that sooner rather than later. LaJune says, hey, J Spot and fams. Hey, LaJune. Vibration says RC changes his name every week. Moses says, I gained so much more respect for Angel and Kennedy during their press conference. They stood their ground. Facts. You may not like what they said. You may not like what they said, but they were honest and they gave the answers of the questions that they were asked. So you don't have to like it, but you have to respect where they are and where they stand. So it is what it is. I Smile says, hey, Chad. Hey, I Smile. Emily is in the house. Hey, Jay. RC says, Jay, sometimes I ask myself what did I do by becoming an IO, eyes fan 25 years ago. Well, you're a fan. It's not on you. I mean, you like what you like, and that's cool. I mean, things have made a major turn, but I mean, you know, keep being a fan. Lejeune says, y'all, it is what it is. Like the Trump cult, they are blind and only concerned about their agenda. CC fans are a part of the powers to be a cult. They only want to bring chaos to the W, not CC's fault. Nope, it's not CC's fault, but I'm tired. I'm tired. Jay's on the Children of Corn's hit list. Yeah, I am. Somebody actually sent it to me. I didn't see it myself. Someone sent it to me and said, did you see this?" And I'm like, "No." I say, "Am I famous now? Am I famous? People listening to me?" Emily says, "They ain't got nothing else to do." RC says, "Jay, ain't no reason for a couple of us not to be mod gang Jay moderators." Emily says, "You a baddie now, Jay, pissing them new fans off." And I haven't even said anything. I don't even know. I don't know what I said. I don't even really talk about her. I have mentioned that the fans are making me weary, but that's about it. I don't really know where it comes from. High vibrations. I got self-trust issues. RC says, "What's the move?" Lejeune says they don't want education, so no need to argue with them, have to dismiss them. You can tell who are trolls and who are genuine fans are. I can help moderate. Thank you. RC Lejeune. Anybody else? I know IO or Key. Key says she would moderate too. RC says, J Spot, I deal with the overprivileged, entitled, mean racism by Caitlyn fans. In my opinion, I handle them with a small spoon simply because I know they're fickle and fragile. Lejeune says CC seems different in games and post game. Some of her following are at fault. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is kind of different. Like when you're in game, it's like when you're performing. You're on. You're this different person. Whatever is going on outside, that doesn't matter. You're a dog. You're a fighter. You're lit. You're energetic. You want to win. And you may not be that type of person when the lights go off and you're not in between those lines. So I get that. Let's see. Emily says they stood on business. Summer says they checked those reporters. SC Bread says, "Can you get the Wire Spoons voice Europe in your playlist sound effect?" Snoops. Can I get the Wires Snoops voice Europe in your playlist? I can do that. I'll find it and I'll have it in my sound effects, and I'll use it next time. Next time someone says it in here, I'll hit the button. Kyra says, "I like to talk too much trash. I probably shouldn't mod for people." I'll be trying to police myself. All right, y'all. Let's get into these scores real quick. We don't have a lot of time. I'm probably going to be on here for another 20, 25 minutes. I don't want to miss too much of the game. I also know that Sess is live. So after this live is over, y'all go head over to Sess's live. Go have some live commentary with her while the game is on. But I appreciate y'all being with me today. I do appreciate y'all coming through and hanging with me for the time being. Lunch break hot take is in the house. What is up? All right, let's get into these scores. I'm going to go through them quickly, and then we're going to do my fit check, and then we're going to do the rookie watch, and then we're going to be out. And just in case, I have a if you look at the bottom of my screen that I'm scrolling, I have a Cash App now. So if y'all want to bless the platform with anything, $1, $2, $3, whatever you want, help support the platform, you can do that now. It is open. It is the $ jspotnetwork. Hit me up if you want. You don't have to, but it's there if you want, until I can get to monetize my page and do super chats and stuff like that. Feel free to do that. All right, let's get into the scores. All right, so I usually, wait a minute. Dang it, I hit the, I gotta go back out. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna go. It was the 29th was last week, I believe, or 28th started week 3. So we had Phoenix Mercury, Connecticut Sun. Connecticut Sun cannot be beat. They beat Phoenix Mercury 70-47. I think that was Phoenix's worst loss. Everybody was struggling that game on Phoenix. It was probably the worst loss some of them have ever had, but Connecticut Sun ran through them 70-47. LA got their win against Indiana Fever. They beat them 88-82. Seattle Storm, we know, beat Chicago Sky 77-68. And we could have won that game. It was so close near the end, but dang, that SDS, that Skylar Diggins-Smith, she could not be denied. She could not be denied at the end of the game. Phoenix Mercury went up against New York Liberty. New York won 81-78. Atlanta Dream went against the Mystics. The Mystics still have yet to win a game. Atlanta Dream beat them 73-67. Las Vegas Aces beat the Minnesota Lynx 80-66. Seattle Storm ran through Indiana Fever 103-88. They're still on the tear. The Los Angeles Sparks lost to my Chicago Sky, 83-73. Another really good game for the Sky. The Seattle game was touchy. That's when they had all those turnovers. They were being weird, but they were fighting back near the end. It's just SDS said, no, ma'am, no, Pam. Y'all not getting the win today. So that's what happened with that. Then we had the Aces against the Atlanta Dream, and my Aces lost, y'all. I couldn't believe it. We were playing like, I don't understand. Asia was balling out of control. I don't get it. But they let Atlanta, and we were up by a lot. And then they let Atlanta come back and beat us on that game by 4 points. I was a little hurt by that. Dallas Wing went up against Connecticut Sun to try to take them out. Couldn't do it. They lost by 2 points, 74-72. Washington Mystics went up against New York Liberty trying to get their first win, and New York Liberty ran through them 90-79. Phoenix Mercury went up against the Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx had 95 points to their 71 points. This was Alissa Pili's breakout game. Alissa Pili led all scorers with 20 points. She was so efficient from the floor. She was 100% from three-point land. She did her thing. Shout out to Alissa Pili for doing her thing. Finally being able to have a breakout game against the Minnesota Lynx. Saturday, we already know what happened. This was the first Commissioner's Cup game as well. So right now, starting Saturday through, I think it's 2 weeks of play, is going to be Commissioner's Cup play. The teams with the top 2 records are going to compete against each other for that championship or for that title. But we know Chicago Sky lost by 1 point. Mabry missed that free throw that could have tied it up. We could have went into overtime, but that just didn't happen. On Sunday, Connecticut Sun beat Atlanta Dream 69-50. The Los Angeles Sparks played the Mercury. They lost 68-87. Indiana Fever went to New York in a back-to-back, and oh my goodness, 104-68. That was crazy. Dallas Wings went up against the Minnesota's Lynx, and Minnesota beat them 87-76. So there we go. That is what went down there. Let's see. Io says, oh goodness, now the children of corn about to be lurking in my stream. Hit that like button while y'all lurking behind here. Yeah, hit that like button, please. Moses says, free Pili. She got benched her last game despite 20 points. I saw that. Io says to Jess Carter, I'm trying to hold back too because I've been having to keep reminding myself that they're committed to misunderstanding. Bree Wayne came through just to put some likes up. I thank you, Bree Wayne. I'll see you in the chat over at Cess's. SC Brad said, I don't see no Cash App sign on my screen. It's at the bottom. It's just the $ jspotnetwork. It should work. Let me know if you're trying, if it works or not. But it's scrolling at the bottom of my screen. I can, I guess I could try to drop the link, but it's going to take a minute for me to figure that out. Bree Wayne says, hey, J Boog, great stream. Thank you so much. Bree Wayne says, no, Aces played Dream like they were hanged over. But I mean, they were doing okay. I mean, they were missing shots. Jackie was missing shots. KP was missing shots, but Asia was doing her thing. And usually that third quarter turn up is where they really get going. And it just never happened, despite some of the good things they were doing. So I couldn't believe it because I never had it in my mind that they were going to lose to Atlanta, even when it was like three minutes to go. So A bot Bree Wayne, right. Bree Wayne says also twice Aces have lost twice. J Yo got a tech. Yeah. I want to know what somebody did to my girl Jack over in the off season because I ain't never seen her talk so much. I ain't never seen her talk so much in my life. Keith says, love that for Pili. Moses says, there's Bot Bree Wayne. Yep, Bot Bree Wayne comes in to show me love. I appreciate her. DJ Bosco says, Aces were not rebounding offensively. Too many missed shots. Yeah, I mean, there were some things breaking down. But again, I guess I just felt like it didn't matter that they can still beat Atlanta, and Atlanta wasn't playing with them that day. Okay, so let's get into our fit check. Let's see what these fits were looking like. We're going to get that off and pull this up. So here we go. I had to put this in the fit check because look at my girl, Asia, representing that Dawn Staley, the GOAT of all GOATs. The first game, she had on the white shirt with the denim skirt. And I don't know what kind of, those are some kind of expensive shoes that I can't afford, but they're not Converse because she's a Nike girl. She can't wear Converse. There's some kind of designer shoe, but look at her walking with her Louis V. And then the next game, she comes in with this schoolgirl outfit with the black Dawn Staley Slam shirt. Looking dope. I thought it was a really, really dope outfit. I mean, Asia doesn't miss much to me. I thought this was dope. Then we got my other fave, Angel. I thought this brown, I guess it's like a leather jacket, leather crop top kind of jacket with this denim skirt and those heels. I know she says those were gold Steve Madden heels and a Chanel bag. I remember her talking about that in her TikTok. So I thought that was very cute. And then she stunted on us because she told us, when I'm at away games, I'm not dressing up. I'm not dressing up. I'm going to be real comfy. And she came in with these 72-inch heels that was killing her feet. I know that walk when I see it. She had on this cutout dress showing the tattoo on the side, the under boob. She had the glasses on and the little, I think that's a Chanel purse as well. She was killing it. I thought that was just a dope. It was a simple dress, but the way the dress is made is just dope to me. I don't know. But her pose in there in those heels, shout out to her because look how high her feet are. I've had to walk in heels before, and that's not for the faint of heart. I couldn't even do it. So those are the kind of shoes you wear to the event and you go right to your table or wherever you're going to sit down and you take them off and you get your slides out of your purse because you're not walking that far in those. But I thought that was cute. Then we have Dejanay Carrington. I don't know. This is a simple outfit. It's just it looks like almost like a sweatsuit, a denim kind of sweatsuit. But she's always cute to me. I don't know what it is. Like something about her style and the stuff that she wears. It's cute. So I thought this was like a cute little outfit. It looks comfy, but it also looked good. And I think those are J's that she has on her feet, yellow, maybe 4s that she's wearing. I can't really tell, but the little pop of color I thought was cute. Then we got my girl, Kaiser. Shout out to Kaiser, BH's own. She is from my hometown, Benton Harbor, Michigan. I don't know her personally, but I did go to high school with, it's going to make me sound old. It's going to make me sound old. Her mom is older than me, but we did go to high school. She might have been a senior and I was a freshman. I'm not sure. But I have friends that know them, but we're from a very small town, so everybody knows everybody. But shout out to Kaiser. She has been, her outfits to me have been very like Ebony Fashion Fair 1987, which is a cool style, but it just seems very like vintage, the stuff that she's been wearing. But when she came out with this is also a vintage look, but she's been killing these suits, pantsuits deals or whatever. But this I thought was cute. Body is, I mean, these basketball players have the best bodies. Like they're in really, really good shape. Body is on. I don't typically like white shoes, but she just made it work. The black suit with the black bra, but then you have the white, white shirt, white purse, and white shoes. It kind of just made it. It kind of made it look work for me. I don't know. I thought that was cute, but this was Kaiser was actually an outfit that someone suggested that I put in here. So I added this in here. I thought it was pretty dope. Then you got Sophie Cunningham from the Phoenix Mercury. Look at that. There's nothing left to be said. I don't know if she was going to the club or going to a game, but Sophie came ready. Sophie came ready, and that backdrop is everything. I love that backdrop. It's so dope. Next to her, you got Courtney Williams, who used to play for Chicago, who now plays for Minnesota Lynx. I just thought this was a dope outfit. Everything is color coordinated. It looks good on her. It fits her, and I think it's fashion. I think it's pretty dope. I don't know what kind of shoes those are. They look like regular rain boots, but again, that might be something too rich for me to know what it is. But you got the pink and the green, and you got the floral jacket that kind of just ties into that whole thing. I thought it was a pretty dope outfit. So those are my nominees for the fit of the week. That was my fit check this week, and I've been meaning to get a drum roll. Do I have a drum roll? No. I need to get a drum roll. But my fit of the week this week, it was a hard one. It was a hard one to choose. But my fit of the week this week goes to, I have another one. Hold on. I forgot about Izzy. I forgot I added this slide. Izzy. Izzy is in the house. The hat, the jeans, the purse, the shirt, the heels. Izzy is becoming one of my favorite people to watch and see what she's going to put on. This is, I don't know, it's out there, but it's dope. And then Dewana Bonner, they call her the wire hanger. I don't know if that's offensive or not, but they call her the wire hanger. She can wear anything. This girl is so skinny, but look at those knee-high, I don't know what those are either. Rick Owens, maybe, or maybe they're Converse. Look how little she is with those knee-high sneakers with the vest and the skirt and the little purse. She looks good in everything she wears as well. But I think that's it. Let me make sure before I mess up again. I forgot I added an extra slide to this. Okay. But yeah, I love me some Izzy. Izzy's been hitting it for me. But let's see. Before I give my answer, let's see. Jackie don't just pop off unprovoked. They've been physical with her all game. Yep. It's game time. I know. Don't nobody tell me no scores. We're going to get off in about 15 minutes and go watch the game. Don't tell me no scores because I want to go watch it. DJ Bosco says, go Mystics, win something. Bree Wayne says, Asia's legs are God-given child, Greek goddess body. Yes. Keith says, period, mother. Moses says, Dejanay is so attractive. She is. She's very pretty. Keith says, period, Barbie. Key also says, yeah, we all know that walk. We feel you, girl. We had to go and slide them heels off. Girl, yeah. I can't do it. I used to be able to stay in some heels for a very long time. And I think the last time I had some on, I was like, oh, it's been 2 minutes. I got it. I can't do this. You start walking like a newborn baby calf. Can't be walking in them shoes like that. Country Notary says, have you noticed the schoolgirl outfit competition amongst the players? Yes, and I like it. I like that little schoolgirl theme that's going on. Bree Wayne says, Jay Book, are you joining sets for the game? I will be as soon as I'm done with this live. I will head over there. Moses says, Angel layup. Wait a minute. Are you talking about layup for the outfit or layup for the game? Don't tell me nothing about the game. I don't want to know nothing about the game. Moses says Dejanay wins. You think Dejanay wins? Hot take. Lunch break hot take says drum roll. Thank you for the drum roll. Bree Wayne says, okay, Jay Book, I am here today. Okay, we about to be done soon, so thank you. Bree Wayne says, no, Jay Book, why not watch with us? I'm going over there. I'm gonna go over there. I need Scott to up their energy. Okay, I ain't hearing about the game. Okay, the winner, my fit of the week goes to, drum roll, Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson with the black and the schoolgirl flannel skirt with the expensive Converse. I thought this was just a dope outfit, and she rocked it so well. It was the attitude for me, the way she was rocking that outfit. So shout out to Asia. She does get a hand clap though. I got the applause. She gets the applause for the fit of the week. All right, Bree Wayne, I will see you over there. All right, now let us get into the last segment before we get out of here. We got to talk about these rookies, y'all. So let me bring that up. First up, guess who came back? Guess who's back in the house? Kamilla Cardoso made her debut Saturday versus Indiana. She played, I forgot how many minutes she played. 17, 18 minutes. She had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 50% from free throw, 71.4% from field goal percentage. She had a plus minus of 11. My girl was in there limited minutes, and look at what she did. Just in those little bit of minutes that she was in there. I believe I said it was like 17, 18 minutes. She is going to be such a force once she gets her footing in these games. I'm telling y'all, every game won't be the best game, but when she is on, and she made such a big difference in her first game. Like I said, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 of those are defensive. 71%, 71.4% from the field. Dope outputting. Shout out to Kamilla. Then we have Cameron. Cameron had and this is for the week. So Kamilla only played one game, so those were her points from that one game that she played. Cameron and most of everybody else have played several games over the week, so these are averages. Moses says Milla didn't look like a rookie playing her first professional game on Saturday. She really ain't a rookie. When you think about it, she's an international player. She's played against players like this most of her, young teenage life and college. So she is a rookie, but she's kind of not a rookie. She has a lot more experience than some of these other rookies coming into the game. Cameron averaged 5.3 points, 4.7 rebounds, 1.7 blocks. Her free throw percentage was 37.5. Her field goal percentage was 34.3. She had a plus minus of a negative 10. Cameron needs to work on her fouls. It's been several times now she's been in the game and she's at, 4 or 5 fouls. She can't stay in the game with those fouls, so they pull her out early. She doesn't get the playing time. She can't be that effective when she's on the bench. So although this is an okay showing for the week, she did kind of go down in most of her numbers because of the fact that she's not playing in these games. So not a horrible week, but she could have did better. They did get their win this week. So, that's a nod to her. And if I'm not mistaken, she's up in the top for blocks in the WNBA. So she's doing her thing there. Then we got my girl Pili. I already talked about her, but she didn't play the game before. And then I think the game before that, she was in the game but didn't score anything. So these points are just from that one game that she played because she didn't have any points or many minutes in any of the other games. So Pili scored 20 points. She had 4 rebounds. She was 100% from 3-point. From the 3-point, I think she hit 4 fours. She was 66.7 from the free throw line, 77.8 field goal percentage. 20 points at 77.8% is crazy. And she was a plus 12. A plus 12. Give it up for Pili. Pili did her thing. Like, I was so happy to see her finally break out because she's in the game. She barely wants to take shots. When she does take shots, they're not going in. She says she's talked about feeling nervous and things like that. So just shout out to Alissa for finally having a good breakout game. Up next, we got my girl, Angelreese. Angel for the week had averaged 8.3 points, 10.3 rebounds, 5.7 offensive rebounds. Her free throw percentage was 83.4. Her field goal percentage was 34.7. And she had a plus minus of 1. Now, I will say her points did go down from the previous week. Her rebounds, I think, went up. And as of right now, and it's been that way for a while, Angel does lead the league in offensive rebounds, the number of offensive rebounds and how many she gets per game. So shout out to Angel. The rookies are doing their thing. Next up, we got Rakia. Rakia got her first start. She started 2 games in a row now. I hope they keep it permanent. Rakia is averaging 10.3 points a game, rebounding 4.3. Her 3-point percentage is 41.7. Her free throws are 78.9. Field goal percentage is 46.2. She does have a plus minus of minus 5.7 though. But she's been coming in, like when she gets to step on you, you're not stopping her going to the basket. It's just she passes everybody every single time. It's just about her connecting. But I'm so happy for her for getting her first start. And then now she's been started. I don't know if it's because Clariton is out. They have her starting, and then when Clariton comes back, she's going to go back to the bench. I'm not really sure how they're going to work that out. But Rakia is doing her thing. She's solid. She's pretty consistent with her performance. So, I wish nothing but the best for Rakia, and I hope she keeps getting better every single game. Then we have Kate Martin. Kate Martin had that big game, but since then hasn't really found her groove, get her groove back yet. But she averaged 5.5 points, 3 rebounds. Her 3-point percentage is 25. Her free throws, she is 100%. Her field goal percentage is 18.8. She still does have a positive plus minus at +4 though. When she comes in the game, the energy is up. Everybody's ready to go. She tries hard to, she's not scared to take the shot. She's going to take the shot. She's going to drive to the basket. We just need the things to fall. And we know we've seen it fall, so we know it's going to happen. It's just she had some, not so great couple of games. Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin is always going to score. Caitlin is averaging 16 points, 6.5 assists. Her 3-point percentage is at 26%, not the best. Her free throw is at 95.6, which is really good. Her field goal percentage is 31.4, and her plus minus is at a 9.8. And I do think she's not leading the league in anything. I want to say anything positive because she's leading in turnovers, but I'm not going to focus on that. But she is leading all rookies in points, assists, 3-pointer attempted. I don't know about her free throws. Her free throws might be up there, but points and assists, she's good on. She's leading the rookies, and she's up there. I think she's number 5. I think she's number 5 in the amount of points she has so far, like the total points, and maybe not points per game, but the total points. But she's up there. She's up there on a couple of things. I think her assists, she's up there somewhere. And her 3-pointer, she's up there high on the list for the league. So she's doing her thing. They did get a win over us, if we got to talk about that. But they did get their win. But yeah, she's doing okay. And I believe I have at the end the awards. She did get an award from the WNBA. SC Bread says Angel garbage points go towards her overall total, especially off turnovers. And DJ Bosco says Kate Money Martin. And then who else do I have? All right, that's it. And now I'm going to give you my rookie of the week. It should not be any surprise to anybody after what I just said and how I was reacting. My rookie of the week, I have to give it to Alissa Pili. I have to. That breakout game was the best game of all the rookies last week. She did great. I hope she can keep that up again. I know that the players have a lot of confidence in her, but the coach, for whatever reason, doesn't put her in the game as much or whatever. I don't know because I don't really follow the links like that. But I do know I'm very happy that she was able to do what she did for that game, and I hope that really helps build her confidence to know that she can keep that going. So before I give my last little bit here, if you're in here, go ahead and give me the likes, give me the thumbs up. Please like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate at my Cash App, $jspotnetwork. You can do that. So let's get into some of the WNBA awards. So for the month, last month, for the Western Conference, A'ja Wilson was the player of the month. During that time, let me take this banner off. During that time, A'ja had 26.5 points, 12.5 rebounds per game, and 2.8 blocks per game. A'ja has been balling out of control. Y'all voted her fourth, and she is not going to let y'all forget about it. She is here. She's doing her thing. She just missed making her sixth straight game, 20 points, 10 rebounds. When they lost to Atlanta, she did make the over 20 points, but she didn't get the 10 plus rebounds. But she's still coming for us. She's doing great. And Alyssa Thomas for the East is the player of the month. She averaged 14.6 points, 9 rebounds, and 8.7 assists. And I think she is leading the league in triple doubles as she did last season. So shout out to them. We also have the coach of the month. They gave it to the Connecticut Sun. Why not? Because they're 8-0, 9-0, something like that. Haven't been beat yet. So that would make sense to give her coach of the month. And then rookie of the month. This is not surprising. Caitlin Clark averaged 17.6 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, 6.6 assists per game. She is the rookie of the month. So hand claps to all those people. Especially my MVP. Also, A'ja got player of the week for last week by the W, and got it for the East player of the week. So, y'all, I did it. I didn't take myself out. Sorry. I rushed through it a little bit because I really want to go watch this game and hang out with y'all in Seth's chat. But thank y'all for hanging with me. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for all the comments, all the love y'all give. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up. What else? As much as I can, I'll be live doing a live recap or a live recap of the Aces game. So the Aces play on Wednesday. I believe I can be available to do a live on Thursday to recap Wednesday's game. I will let y'all know. Keep your eyes peeled to my community tab. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to give me the likes. SC Bread said for me not to forget the Snoop voice sound effect. I'm going to find that. I made a note. I'm going to find that so I can have that next time. And thank y'all. Oh, real quick. Thank y'all. I don't know if y'all saw that I put on my community tab how well I did last month with this channel and the views. April I thought was great. It had outperformed March. And then I get the notification that last month blew April out of the water. So I thank y'all so much. Even if you're not subscribed to me, if you're just watching my videos, if you're just watching my shorts, if you're just interacting with me in here and just commenting and doing things like that and liking and sharing, it all helps grow the channel. I want to stay on the algorithm. I want to continue to grow. I'm looking to get to 1,000 subscribers. Right now, I think I'm at 720 or 30. I honestly don't remember where I am, but I want to get to 1,000. So if y'all like to talk basketball, if y'all know people who would enjoy my content and enjoy being in here and having conversations with us, feel free to invite them in so we can have a good time here in the chat. So that's about all I have. I thank y'all again for hanging out with me. I'll talk to y'all later. Let's go Sky. Let's go Aces. Let's get some wins this week. Help me out. Let's get some wins this week. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace out.